Have you ever paused during a chat with ChatGPT and wished it could understand emotions a bit better or engage more deeply in a conversation? GPT 4.5 might just be the next step toward those silent wishes. Mia Glace, a researcher at OpenAI, describes this update as noticeably more intuitive, making everyday interactions feel more human and natural. Previously, OpenAI had experimented with the specialized reasoning models like O3, which are built to tackle problems methodically. However, GPT 4.5 returns to the original goal of conversational flexibility. According to OpenAI researcher Nick Ryder, this update marks an important milestone in their classic GPT series, prioritizing adaptable, engaging communication. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Professor Reza's AI avatar. And in this video, I'll give you an overview of the latest version of ChatGPT using GPT 4.5. We're gonna go over some expert opinions, look at some metrics, and discuss whether this update is worth the cost. If you're hyped up about this update, you should know that ChatGPT Pro subscribers are already experiencing GPT 4.5's new capabilities. A broader rollout is planned soon. This can be a sign of OpenAI's confidence despite skepticism around whether continually scaling AI models can still offer meaningful improvements. Historically, larger AI models have consistently outperformed smaller ones. Recently, however, critics have argued this trend has its limits. GPT 4.5 tackles these doubts head-on, showcasing real progress through smarter use of data, more powerful computing, and just trying to refine the ways they train their models. Now, let's see what we mean by better emotional intelligence. Every AI learns by recognizing patterns, from basic grammar to subtle emotional cues. GPT 4.5 especially excels at detecting subtle emotional nuances, and this can help it make its interactions smoother and more relatable. Mia Glace emphasizes how the model has become really good at picking up on subtle cues about what users might be feeling or implying in an attempt to make its responses feel genuinely caring and thoughtful. Developing GPT 4.5 involved more than just increasing resources. OpenAI introduced new training methods, notably reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF, and using insights from smaller AI models to boost accuracy and reduce errors, an innovative approach previously not widely implemented. So, what do we know about GPT 4.5's model size and performance? While OpenAI hasn't shared GPT 4.5's exact scale, they indicate it mirrors the similar significant growth previously seen from GPT 3.5 to GPT-4. To put it in perspective, GPT-4 is estimated to have 1 trillion to 1.76 trillion parameters, making it about 5 to 10 times larger than approximately 175 billion parameters in GPT 3.5. So, the claim is that the recent expansion has directly enhanced GPT 4.5's conversational and factual accuracy. In terms of performance, GPT 4.5 delivers immediate, intuitive responses rather than step-by-step reasoning. It notably surpasses GPT-4.0 in factual accuracy on OpenAI's simple QA benchmark, 62.5% versus 38.6%, with fewer incorrect responses. However, its improvements aren't uniform. On broader general knowledge tests, MMLU, which stands for Massive Multitask Language Understanding, it performed modestly better, but lagged behind simpler models in specialized scientific and mathematical tasks. Where GPT 4.5 shines the most is its conversational charm. Testers overwhelmingly preferred GPT 4.5 for casual conversations, professional tasks, and creative projects like poetry. Unlike earlier models, GPT 4.5 responds empathetically rather than mechanically, which demonstrates heightened emotional sensitivity. For example, if you're having a rough day, GPT 4.5 doesn't just throw generic advice at you, it pauses, senses the tone, and asks if you want to talk it out or just need a distraction. It feels more like a conversation with a friend than a robotic list of solutions. All that sounds amazing. However, some industry experts remain cautious. Wasim Alshik, CTO of Writer, acknowledges GPT 4.5's conversational improvements, but sees them as incremental rather than groundbreaking. He argues that while GPT 4.5 is smoother and more emotionally aware, the jump in compute power and data requirements doesn't translate into a proportional leap in real-world applications. Benchmarks show it performs better in some areas, but lags behind in specialized reasoning, making some question whether the trade-off is worth it. Looking ahead, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman confirmed that GPT 4.5 is the final release in their classic GPT series. With GPT-5, OpenAI is shifting gears, combining the free-flowing conversational strengths of GPT 4.5 with more structured, step-by-step reasoning. This next evolution could bring an AI that flows naturally in conversation while also working through problems in a more structured way. Kind of like balancing instinct with logic. Okay, so what's the main takeaway? GPT 4.5 is another step toward making AI feel more natural and emotionally aware. It's not a mind-blowing upgrade, but it does make conversations smoother and more thoughtful. And it achieves this upgrade while also cutting down on those weird, made-up responses or hallucinations. But here's the big question. Does piling on more compute actually make AI better? Or are we just getting fancier versions of the same thing? OpenAI seems to think there's a limit, which is why GPT-5 is said to be less about sheer size and more about balancing intuition with the structured reasoning. Will that actually change the game? Guess we'll have to wait and see. If you're curious about where AI is headed next and want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's keep the conversation going. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What excites you most about GPT 4.5? What do you think GPT-5 should focus on? Let's talk. Alright, this is it for this video. Take care everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.